speaks well of you, speaks well of us. We're here celebrating the music of Bob Dylan, but really, we're also asking the question, who or what is Bob Dylan?
Even just Bob Dylan's versions are definitive, so how do you do it? Well, fortunately, I'm of the era, you know, I mean, we're the same age, we essentially come from the same part of the United States, so I feel comfortable, first of all, the music is part of who I am. I don't try to change it, I really try to express the lyrics clearly and concisely and the message without getting too involved in all the mystique of what does it mean, you know, that's a big problem, what does he mean? It's not so much important to me what does it mean, but what does it feel like? What does it feel like to sing these songs? And they're fun to play. So I started playing them in my gigs. So anyway, I got to the point where I had all these tunes that I was doing on my live shows. And then I got the idea, well, if I record this in France, if I record this out of my comfort zone, instead of going to a studio in New York or LA with the known musicians, if I do it there, maybe it'll open it up in some way. And so anyway, that's how I did it. I made it a point to kind of familiarize myself with the material and then record it in a kind of an exotic location so it had a magic or a mystery or something to it.
You might be a state trooper, you might be a young Turk, you might be the head of a big TV network, you might be rich or poor, you might be blind or lame, you might be living in another country, living in another name, but you're gonna serve somebody. Yes, indeed, you're gonna serve somebody. Might be the devil, might be the Lord, you're gonna serve somebody.
The first thing was when I was, maybe 10 or 11 years old, I heard boogie woogie piano. I heard Pinetop Smith and Albert Ammons and stuff. I heard Chicago boogie woogie. So the first thing was boogie woogie, and then the second thing was just jazz, bebop. I loved Horace Silver. I loved Bud Powell. I don't know why. Dave Brubeck, you know, George Shearing, Errol Garner. There's something about it. By the time I was 12 or 13 or 14, I was listening to it a lot at home. But then when I went to college, when I was 18, it was 1961, and I met Boz Scaggs and Steve Miller, and we had this little band, and they taught me the blues. They taught me the Jimmy Reed tunes and T-Bone Walker tunes and all that stuff. The challenge I have is to try to, when I'm playing, it feels a particular way, and that's how I know whether it's going well or not, how it feels. And I try to kind of do a parallel thing with writing. How does it feel, you know? Because when it's working, it feels good, you know? And if you write from your brain, you can get lost. You know, there's a lot of ideas kicking around, but if you write from something in here, it can kind of feel like that. So it's true that they say that the only critique of a piece of music is another piece of music. And I believe that, you know. I don't really believe... The only thing you can say about a piece of music is something about its context, its historical context, something that kind of shines a light on the background or the foreground. You really can't nail it down. Music is music. But that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to illuminate the context of American popular music and do it in some way that sort of feels like the music feels. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm still coming from the intuition rather than having read all the ideas. I'm trying not to just deal with the ideas so much as the feeling.
But you're gonna serve somebody. Serve somebody. Might be the devil.